All right, well, let's jump into this video right away talking about Neil Farrell Jr.'s PFF stats in college. And then we're going to talk about sort of more about who he is, why the Raiders drafted him, and then how he played in his first preseason game. You see the numbers, and there's some good stuff here. I mean, his overall grade last year was an 89.8. So if you believe in Pro Football Focus grade, which I have to say is the best predictor in terms of defensive linemen and the success they'll have at the NFL level, that's the best predictor I've found. And if you look at this stuff, he's pretty good at this, a lot of this stuff from last year. I mean, his pass rush grade was a 79, so not spectacular, but when you add on the fact that he has a 89.9 run defense grade, you see, okay, that's what he's there for, but still a good pass rush win rate of 13.6, a really good run stop rate at 11.4, the true pass rush grade, not so great at 72.2, but we kind of get who he is. Run stopping interior defensive lineman. Got it. He was not someone who the NFL was crazy about. He was the 126th selection, but he's someone who I liked, and I kind of talked about him as maybe a discount Jordan Davis. Someone who isn't going to necessarily come in and be a superstar, but he can give you 300, 400 snaps and can play that role of a Jordan Davis, can play the run-stopping defensive lineman who's maybe a one-trick pony, but is really good at that trick. However, when we get into the film of his first preseason game, and it's just preseason, all of that stuff, we all know, I didn't think it was great. I just didn't, from what I watched, and I was disappointed because I like Parham a lot. Again, in my thing where I created a team, I believe I drafted Neil Farrell Jr. to the Orlando Ostriches. That's what I did. But, what we're doing here, one-on-one matchup against a center, these are the kind of things you expect to see your big defensive tackle be able to win. However, as you see, Farrell is not going to really be able to do that, and because of that, the run still didn't go for much, but was not an incredible play, I didn't think, and kind of got pushed around a little bit. Again, worth noting, offensive linemen are going to beat defensive linemen on most snaps. That's how it works, but, in a favorable matchup, I think you would have liked to see him fare a little better. Like this one was just, quite frankly, a bad rep. What's going to happen here is he's going up one-on-one against a center. And, one thing I should say before I get too much into the bashing Neil Farrell aspect of this video is that this is normal. A defensive tackle taking some time in the NFL, a big defensive tackle especially, that is a very normal situation because this is the guy who's 330 pounds. He's used to being significantly bigger than every offensive lineman he's going up against, and he can just bull rush everybody and have no issue. In the NFL level, guys are used to being able to push around 330-pound guys, so you have to figure out other stuff. And because of that, for someone like Farrell, it does make some sense for him to take a little bit of time and maybe not, jump in and be amazing right away. That's why preseason reps are going to be very important for a guy like him, I think. But anyways, you see him going up one-on-one against the center here. And right off the bat, it's a passing play. And you see, not really doing anything incredible here in the passing game. But again, we've kind of established Farrell is he's not a pass rusher. That's not why you drafted him. You drafted him to be a run stopper. However, watch how the center is then able to yank Farrell out of the way and get up to block, another player. So, hey, Farrell didn't quit. He showed hustle. You appreciate that. But as a whole, not a great rep. It's a tough rep. He would have liked to perform better, I'm sure, on that specific play, and it's definitely unfortunate. Moving on to this play, so we're going to see a stunt, also known as a twist, whatever you want to call it, right here, where, again, Farrell is the defensive tackle, and essentially what he's going to do is kind of run towards the offensive tackle and basically almost become the edge rusher in a sense. You want to disrupt things. Doing this, what you want to do ideally is one of two things. Either you knock the guard completely out of the way towards the top of the screen, which allows the edge rusher to get in between the guard and the center, especially since the center is going to be blocking to the other side of the field. So really, it's 2-on-2. If you can pull this twist off, this can be very impactful. The other way that this could work is literally just the exact, opposite way. The tackle moves over with the edge rusher, and then the defensive tackle gets a straight shot to the quarterback. However, look at right here. Really, it's a lack of explosiveness, maybe. I don't know. But right here, this guard is having no issue passing Farrell off. He is not concerned in the slightest. And the tackle is obviously not going to have an issue once he gets over there. So you basically just wasted time. So look, as you see, nothing is able to get going, and there's just plenty of time. You would have liked to see them be a little bit more aggressive there, maybe just be a little bit more physical and kind of push someone over. You're 330 pounds, use that to your advantage on a play like this. This is why you like to use defensive tackles in stunts. but not the best stunt there. You would have liked to see it go a little better. I thought this play was good, and so listen, there was not bad. I'm not bringing this video up to say, hey, this guy sucks, let's never let him play well again. I'm just, I was interested in seeing how he played. I watched watched his tape, evaluated him, and now I'm letting you know what I thought. That's simply the reason. And there was some good on tape. This was probably one of his better reps, I would say. As you see, the guard is going to play very aggressive in trying to block him. I almost wondered if this was like a intentional thing, like if this was a quarterback draw. I don't think it is. If it is, then I'm wrong, but didn't look to me to be a quarterback draw. I think this was just, the guard got a little bit aggressive in trying to block him, and Farrell, I think, took advantage of it pretty decently. As you see, he does create a pressure there. So, hey, good work. You weren't able to make the tackle, but you flushed the quarterback out where he had to run and only pick up a couple of yards, and, took a little bit of an advantage of a mistake by the guard, but at the same time, that's football, taking advantage of your opponent's mistakes, and he did a decent job at that. So, that's a good thing and kind of a feel-good moment and can help you get your confidence that, like, okay, you weren't getting beat every rep. It wasn't your best game, but, you're playing against NFL talent. You at least were able to do some stuff. We also had this, where what's going to happen here is, again, it's going to be a one-on-one block. He was not getting double-teamed a ton. He got double-teamed some, but, they were able to block him one-on-one. They were, and that's what's going to happen here. I mean, look, as you see, he just completely does get blocked one-on-one right here, although I am going to say he does a decent job on the second part of this play. As you see, he reaches up, and I couldn't tell if that was him that actually deflected it, but still, he put his hand in the passing lane, which is at least like, hey, you're doing the right thing when you're getting beat. So there were some small glimpses that I liked, even if I would say the overall tape was negative. There at least are some positives that you can take with it. So do I think we need to be concerned about Farrell Jr. here? No, not at all. I don't think that there's any reason for concern. It's one preseason game, and if you asked me before the season, will he probably come in and be great right away, I would have said, probably not. Probably will take him some time. He'll need some reps. So it would have been awesome. I mean, I guess the one thing is, it would have been really cool had he come in and immediately just been great, but the fact that he wasn't is not concerning, because again, it's a small sample size. We're talking about half of a game, so you shouldn't make a conclusion just on that alone, but also he is someone who you would expect to be a little bit more of a raw prospect, just because he's going to have to figure some new stuff out. He can't just push everyone around anymore. So that's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.